Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's lecture on semiotics. In this session, we will explore the fundamental concepts and analytical models of semiotics, or the science of signs and meaning. Semiotics provides a powerful toolkit for understanding how language, symbols, and communication work in our everyday lives. Let's begin by delving into the basic building blocks of signs. We start with the dyadic model of the sign, introduced by Ferdinand de Saussure, a pioneering linguist. In this model, a sign is anything that conveys meaning. It consists of two essential parts: the signifier, which is anything that gives meaning and can be perceived by our senses, such as a sound, an image, or a word. The signified, which is the mental concept or idea evoked in our minds by the signifier. So, a sign is the union of a perceptible element and the concept it triggers. Building on this, Charles Sanders Peirce proposed the triadic model, which further classifies signs into three types. Icon, a sign that physically resembles its object, for example, a photograph. Index, a sign that points to or indicates the existence of something, for example, smoke as evidence of fire. Symbol, a sign that has an arbitrary or culturally agreed relationship with its object, like most words in language. This model highlights the different ways signs can connect form and meaning. Roland Barthes expanded our understanding of signs by introducing the idea of different orders of signification. At the first order, denotation, a sign has a literal, dictionary meaning. At upper orders, connotation and myth, a sign acquires emotional, imaginative, or culturally shared associations. For example, a rose literally denotes a flower, but it can connote love, and in myth, it may represent romance. Barthes also explained how a sign at the first order can become a signifier at the second, creating layers of meaning. To fully understand meaning, we analyze the relationships between signifiers. Syntagmatic relationships. These involve the sequence or positioning of signifiers, how their order affects meaning. Paradigmatic relationships. These involve the association or substitution of signifiers, how meaning shifts when we swap one element for another. For example, changing the order of words or substituting one word for another can dramatically change the message. In practice, we use two main analytical approaches. Syntagmatic analysis examines the structure and sequence of elements in a text. Paradigmatic analysis explores possible alternatives and substitutions, often using commutation tests, where one element is replaced with another to see if meaning changes. For instance, a frog eats a mosquito versus a mosquito eats a frog changes meaning due to sequence, while swapping mosquito with fly tests alternative possibilities. Beyond structure and alternatives, meaning is also shaped by pragmatics, that is, by context. Pragmatic analysis looks at how both literal and figurative meanings are determined by the physical or social setting. For example, the phrase, "you have a green light," could mean you are permitted to proceed, you are at a traffic signal, the lighting in your area is green, or even that your proposal has been approved. Here, context is everything. Finally, context clues are essential tools in understanding unfamiliar language. These are hints within a sentence or passage that help us infer the meanings of new or ambiguous words and expressions. Paying attention to context helps us interpret meaning more accurately in both written and spoken language. In summary, Semiotics gives us a structured way to analyze how signs work, how meaning is constructed, and how context affects our understanding. By applying these principles, whether using the models of Saussure, Peirce, or Barthes, or through syntagmatic, paradigmatic, and pragmatic analysis, we can decode the complex ways that meaning is created and communicated in society. Thank you for your attention.